yet somewhere in the world, someone discovers that they are living with a condition they never saw coming. It is a wake-up call that health cannot be taken for granted and that prevention begins with awareness. Diabetes is one of the most challenging and fastest growing conditions in the world of our time, yet it is one of the most preventable. Hello and welcome to yet another exclusive here with me, Shalini Ratnavira. World Diabetes Day 2025 will be observed on the 14th of November. To talk about this more, we have here with us today Dr. Manilka Sumanatilleke, consultant endocrinologist and the president of the Diabetes Association of Sri Lanka. Thank you, Doctor, for joining us and welcome to the show. So, Doctor, before we talk about the Diabetes Day itself, let's start with the disease. For those who may not fully understand what it is, what exactly is diabetes and why is it considered such a serious health concern?
Yes, so now in very simple terms, what you mean by diabetes is that your glucose levels or the sugar, what we call the glucose levels in your bloodstream is elevated than the safe limit for a prolonged period of time. That is in very simple terms what diabetes means. But when you say diabetes, the vast majority of the population, what you are talking about, is having type 2 diabetes. But there are rarer, that is about 90 to 95% of the people with diabetes. But about 5% will have type 1 diabetes, which is due to lack of insulin. And there are other types of diabetes also, but commonly what we are talking about is the type 2 diabetes. So this is a condition which high sugar, so people might wonder why sugar is high. We might feel thirsty, we might lose some weight, but if you control that, that's fine. That's not it. If you don't bring it down to the near normal levels, it can affect your kidneys, your eyes, your nerves, your heart and the brain. Those are the main organs, but from head to toe, all your organs can get affected over a prolonged period of time, and we call it as a silent killer because you don't know what's happening. Suddenly one fine day you find that one of your organs have got a bad hit from the disease. So that is the nature of the disease.
Yes, Doctor, that is a very clear explanation. So you mentioned that it is called the silent killer. It's a silent condition, so what makes it difficult to detect early and what warning signs should people look out for, Doctor?
Okay. If you have a family history of diabetes and there is your overweight or obese, above where everybody knows this about your BMI, the body mass index.
Yes.
If your weight is too much or on the heavy side, then anybody above 35 years, you should get your sugar levels checked, because by the time you get some of the symptoms like feeling too thirsty, losing weight, numbness, urine infections, all that are symptoms that you are having high sugar. But before that, vast majority do not have any symptoms. That is the hallmark of the disease. So as a for your well-being, that's our focus this year. You should get yourself checked, especially if you are above 35 or if a first degree family member, mother, father or your siblings are having diabetes. You should, anybody above 20 years. Now the age of diagnosis is coming down steadily in the world. This used to be a disease of the middle age, say 40, 50, after that only you think about diabetes. Now even at 22, 25,
the younger generation
is getting it. So it's becoming a lifestyle disease now actually. So if you have a doubt or if there's a family history or if you are obese or overweight, you should get your sugars checked irrespective of any symptoms. That is the best way to detect early and prevent.
Yes, Doctor. So early detection is very important when it comes to diabetes. World Diabetes Day is just around the corner, and it is observed globally every year on the 14th of November. Why is this day so significant, Doctor, and what message does this year's theme, diabetes and well-being, aim to highlight?
Yes, now 14th of November happens to be the birthday of the scientist in 1921, Professor Best, who identified the hormone insulin, which is the crucial hormone in your body produced by your beta cells in the pancreas, which controls your blood sugar level. So by discovering this hormone at that time and insulin, he managed to save the lives of people who were dying of the disease in type 1 diabetes. So in honor of him, so it's a symbolic day to get the attention of the world. That's what we are doing here, coming to all these interviews, to attention of the people, for those who don't have the disease, to advise them how to avoid getting diabetes. And unfortunately, people who have had, which is 550 million plus now, counting at the moment in the world, to tell them how to live well with diabetes, avoiding all the complications, and to get the attention of the governments and the other people that matter for the control and the prevention of this disease. So it's a symbolic day, but we wish to continue these things throughout the year to get a good outcome and to prevent complication.
Yes, Doctor. So diabetes and well-being, it's such an important focus when it comes to...
Sorry, I didn't. 2 words about well-being. So I think that well-being is a very holistic word. So your mental, physical well-being is very important. Everything is covered. Those days we were looking mainly at the physical, like getting your sugar levels controlled, trying to reduce some weight. But here, the newer generation and the newer times, the mental health is also very important. Your happiness, how well you are managing your disease, whether the disease has become what we have called as a diabetes distress, is a condition which is recognized more and more now. So we need to address all these things and have a holistic approach for the management of the condition, where the patient feels well and would be able to lead a normal life like another person, in a sort of a happy life with diabetes, I would say. Although we have got the disease, we want them to lead a very happy life, not to be pulled down by the disease, and lead a full life even with the disease by managing it well.
Yes, so as I was saying, it is such a meaningful focus, especially in today's world where stress and lifestyle play a big role in our health. Here in Sri Lanka, the Diabetes Association has organized a range of activities and programs to mark the World Diabetes Day. Doctor, could you give us an overview of the activities taking place this year?
Yes, as you know, the Diabetes Association is the oldest association. Diabetes in the country, we celebrated 30 years that we have a National Diabetes Center. Association is about 40 years old, and then the National Diabetes Center celebrated 30 years, for which we had a press conference again to educate the public about the disease. And we are associated, and we are the local partner for the International Diabetes Federation, which completed 75 years. They are the people who named this day as the World Diabetes Day, and doing lots of activities in over 120-30 countries in the world, with the association of about 200 small associations all over the world. So we are part of that big family. So activities wise, we manage or cater to about 700 type 1 diabetes patients, out of which about 200 are actively visiting our National Diabetes Center. So we give them free insulin, and especially this month, free overall checkups. Eyes are being checked, their feet are being checked for complications, and they get free, those who need it will get free vouchers to buy healthy essential food items we get from donors, and give it to especially the children who are on insulin and type 1 diabetes. And the people who walk into our National Diabetes Center, and we invite all of you, we do free blood pressure, your height, weight, and a fasting blood sugar, and or a random blood sugar. And if the sugar levels are on the high side, we do a quite expensive test called HbA1c, which looks at the 3 months average of your sugar level free of charge during this period, in pure for the recognizing the undiagnosed people, which is a main focus of our association and the National Diabetes Center, because you catch them early, you take remedial measures, you can prevent all the complications, the dreaded complications of the disease, which can come after some time if you neglect. And some people, they come with complications because they have never got them screened or tested, and they didn't know that they had the disease. Only when a complication appears that they find out that they are having diabetes. So that's in a nutshell what we are doing this month.
Yes, you're conducting free awareness sessions at the National Diabetes Center and also extending them to workplaces through education and screening sessions. Doctor, why is it important to bring these initiatives directly to employees and organizations?
I think that's the main throughout the year. It's not only for the Diabetes Day. We do these services throughout the year. We go to large organizations and do the screening, educate them about the disease and how to specially prevent. I told you this is becoming a lifestyle disease, and the prevalence, especially in the industrial or the busy towns, is about 1 in 4 people will have diabetes. Above 18 will have diabetes. So if you take 100 people, at least 25 to 20 people might have diabetes if you screen them properly. So we find that the working population, with their busy schedules and lifestyles, and they are more prone to have bad food habits, takeaway food or carbohydrate or fat rich food, short eats, all that, which is contributing to this what we call as the pandemic of diabetes, which is happening in Sri Lanka, in the cities and the other countries. So we go and screen them and educate. So it's a easy way to catch a larger population, and the effectiveness is better. So that's why we have chosen large organizations, workplaces, where people don't have the time to concentrate on their health and they are very busy. So we target them, and then through your programs, those who are at home, and we are targeting everybody.
Yes, absolutely. So reaching people where they spend most of their time really can make a change, I believe. Doctor, from your experience, what common misconceptions do you still see among Sri Lankans about diabetes?
Well, some people get misled by wrong sometimes social media saying that this disease can be cured forever by a simple remedy. So that is something that we have to be very careful. Yes, even from what we do, a good diet and exercise, without medication, diabetes can be controlled. But if your lifestyle changes, the disease comes back, and people forget that. And then they tend to discontinue their medication, and then the disease, you get all the complications. That's something that we have to correct. Then another thing is that people think my grandparents used to eat 3 times a day rice, big plate of rice. My parents used to eat, but they lived up to 80 or 90. And now why can't I do that? Why are you all telling me to have half a portion of what my father or grandfather had, and to exercise and all that? Changing times and lifestyle. If you remember, our grandparents would have been doing more active. Some would have been working in fields and burning lots of environmental change. And the quality of the food was better actually those days than the processed, highly processed and energy dense food that we are having, unconsciously for our convenience, of easy to prepare and all that. So those things matter. So changing times, we have to change according to the times. So that's a misconception that you can't compare your grandparents and parents and then apply that to today's context. You have to adapt to the the situation today.
Doctor, so for people who are already diagnosed with diabetes, what are the parameters that they should look for?
Yes. First of all, they have to get the sugar levels under control. What we call as the fasting blood sugar ideally should be between 80 to 110. After a meal, 2 hours after a meal, what we call as the postprandial blood sugar, 140 to 160, maximum of 180. So we have a range according to the age. Younger you are, lower the limit. More elderly you are, more having lots of other problems, then we can have a slightly higher value. So 140 to 180. And the most important thing is the 3 months average, what we say as HbA1c. A younger person should target a 6.5 ideally percent, or even an elderly person below 7 would be good. But very elderly person where low sugar levels are more detrimental, even 7.5 to 8 is fine, but depending on the age. Then yearly you should get your eyes checked. If that is normal, completely normal, at least once in 2 years thereafter. Then you should periodically get a ECG done to check the heart side of things, and further investigations if there are doubts clinically or in changes in the ECG. You should get your feet checked, a forgotten area where your nerves, see whether nerves are working. Otherwise you unknowingly you get a wound and sometimes unfortunately end up with an amputation. So you must get your feet checked, and you must get the urine checked, which is a forgotten thing. The first indication of early kidney damage is checking the microalbumin in the urine. So we recommend that at least once a year you should get your microalbumin, that simple urine test done to see that. And of course the eye testing, I think we mentioned, and then your eye surgeon will advise you how often we need to check the eyes. So if you do these things at least once a year and periodically measure your blood sugar levels randomly. If you keep a meter at home and can do it once or twice a week, still better. More you check, better outcomes. But bare minimum at least once a month. If you are really busy, even once a month you should get your sugar levels checked if you are a diabetic. But I would recommend much more than that if possible. More you do, better outcomes. So that's the advice that I would give for them to, in terms of looking out or preventing the complications. Then of course sticking to your diet as advised by, we talked about it, and taking your medication regularly without missing the doses. Some people take the morning dose, then forget the evening, so you have to be compliant with the plan given by your doctor. Then I don't see any problem. They can lead a very happy and a healthy life.
So for those who may be at risk and not yet diagnosed, what practical lifestyle changes can be implemented to make a difference?
Well, first step would be to get to the correct weight for your height. That means the ideal BMI, which we say is like 18.5 to 23 for South Asian, maximum of 25. Beyond that you will be called as overweight, and above 28 or 30 then you will be obese. So try to at least get closer to your ideal weight, which may not be practical for everybody. Or if you are very severe overweight already or obese, at least try to lose 10% of your excess weight, then that would reduce the risk of getting diabetes by well more than 50%. Then of course little changes in your dietary habits. If you are used to 3 times a day rice, reduce it at least twice and then once daily, and reduce the carbohydrate content of your meal. So if you are having a full plate, try to come to a methodically, stepwise to half a plate maximum, and increase your vegetable intake and good quality proteins. And when you are having carbohydrates, that should be complex carbohydrates, not the pure white bread or white rice or sugar or which are what we call as the glycemic index. The sugar levels go up very fast, right? So complex carbohydrates, plenty of vegetables, and good quality proteins. If you have a correct mix, what we call as a balanced diet, I think that would be the best advice that we can give.
Right. Finally, Doctor, what is your message to the nation this World Diabetes Day?
Well, keeping with the theme diabetes and well-being, I would say if you get your act together and do simple changes to your dietary habits and the exercise, or your lifestyle, I think those who haven't got the disease can easily prevent getting the disease. And those who have got the disease don't get depressed or be stressed by it. You can lead a normal, happy life if you do little things and follow your doctor's advice. Those who need medication and injections, if you follow your doctor's advice, frequently monitor your sugar levels, and periodically, once in 6 months, once a year, you do a set of tests to check your kidneys, heart, and the other organs are all in order. You can lead a normal, happy life like another person.
Thank you very much, Doctor, for those invaluable insights and for your continuous efforts in making awareness and improving the lives of those who have diabetes. So, thank you again for joining us, Dr. Manilka.
Yes. Thank you very much for giving us the opportunity to educate the public. I hope they will gain something out of it.
Yes, exactly. So as we mark the World Diabetes Day 2025, let's all take a moment to know our risk and know our response. Thank you very much for joining us. Until I see you again, take care.